Hello everybody and welcome back to another new vlog. First of all, apologies for having not posted for a few weeks. This has been mainly because it's been very difficult to find any motivation to actually go out and shoot in recent weeks. We've had about 6 or 7 weeks now of just constant sunshine and hot temperatures. We've actually even exceeded record temperature for the UK in recent weeks, and also hit 40 degrees for the first time ever. And that has meant that for me personally it's been very difficult to actually get motivated and go out and take photos, because the light is often too harsh and the heat is often too much for me. I suffer quite badly with hay fever as well, so it makes it very difficult sometimes to even consider going out. But thankfully I've managed to force myself out this morning, and it is another hot one, and I think we're going to be up around 37 degrees again by the end of the day, so I'll try to come out a little bit earlier than normal. I wanted to talk about competitions. As landscape photographers, should we be entering them? What kind of competitions should we be entering? Should we be paying for competition entries, etc.? And the truth is, I'm out today because I am considering entering a competition. I have already entered a few images into a competition which is ongoing, and I've come out today to try and capture a few more for that particular competition. I'm in the New Hall Valley near Sutton Coldfield at the moment, and I've been here before, and there's New Hall Hotel just up the road here, and one of the competitions involves posting photos on Instagram of that particular hotel and the surrounding grounds, and the winner can receive I think it's afternoon tea for 2 and some vouchers as well, so it's quite an interesting one. So I'm out today to try and take photos of New Hall Hotel. I know there are just a couple of compositions just up this path that I'm walking along now, along here somewhere. I know that because I've photographed them before at different times of the year, and I think it's worth just popping back for a revisit every now and then, just to see if there's any difference, if the lighting changes, how they look, if plants and trees that are growing have changed the atmosphere and the environment in any way, and also if there's been any added building work at the hotel that's improved the hotel. So here goes. There's a scene here behind me with these trees either side of this path, kind of leaning over the path a little bit and creating a bit of an archway. I photographed it the last time I was here from the opposite end of the path, and it seems to me like the composition looks better from that end. But I've walked along this end to see if it works this way round as well. And as I'm walking along the path, I can see all along the path lots of little bits of silver paper, not so much foil, but they look as though they may have been confetti. It's possible there could have been a wedding here recently, possibly even as recently as yesterday afternoon, and what appears to be confetti is still lying in the ground here along this little pathway. It's a perfect area for wedding photos, I think. So I'm going to head back along to the other end and try and capture this shot again, because I don't think it works from this end. If I'm being totally honest, I'm not 100% sure if I'm actually even allowed within the grounds of this hotel. When I arrived here, I came in through a back entrance. The gate was open, and although the gate was open, it did have a sign on it that said private, no entry, or something along those lines, private, no through road or something. So I don't know for certain if I am really allowed to just walk in like this and take photos, but now I'm here, I've managed to get a few photos from the back of the hotel, and now I'm going to try and have a wander around to the front and see if there are any decent compositions there that I can get away with. I'm pretty sure there are, as I've been here a few times before, but just walking through I've just noticed there might be quite a pretty composition here as well, which might work well for the competition entry that I'm entering. So I'll set up here and take this one and then walk around to the front of the hotel. There are quite a few people milling around this hotel now. It's getting later in the morning, almost up to lunchtime to be quite honest with you, and I'm a bit concerned that with people milling around and seeing me while I'm trying to capture photos, I might not be too welcome here. So I'm going to make a move and get out of the way of this hotel. But as I head on home, I'm going to talk to you about why we should be entering competitions. Just before I go anywhere, I wanted to point out something that might make a nice composition in the future. Just behind me, I don't know how well you can see it, there's a cluster of trees just here. The light doesn't pick it up very well at the moment, but you see these trees just here. You got this tree here, this larger tree here, and then just in front there's a cluster of trees. In the winter, if there's a whiteout and all the leaves fall off those trees and the branches and the limbs of the trees go a very dark, wet colour, what might happen is that you get quite an interesting contrast here. So that could be a very interesting composition. Something I could come back to again in the winter just to have a look at that. But to be honest, I don't know whether it'll work, because it might need us to have quite a bit of snow to make that one work. And I'm not sure with global warming the way it is at the moment that we're going to get very much snow again in the future. But it'll be worth looking at anyway. So why enter competitions then? Well, there's a couple of very obvious answers to that really. First of all, the prizes can sometimes be quite worthwhile. Cash prizes, shopping or gift vouchers, or experience days for free. That's one reason. The second reason is also fairly straightforward. Basically, when we enter competitions, we also are automatically given access to networking groups involved with those competitions that we might not normally have an opportunity to get involved with, and so we're effectively increasing our exposure as photographers by networking with more and more people, because we just enter in a competition. How much should we pay to enter competitions in the first place? Well, in reality you don't really need to pay anything at all to enter competitions. I'm using these photos today as entries into a competition where all I have to do is post the images on Instagram and tag them, tag the hotel, and also use a particular hashtag which gains me entry into the competition. So that doesn't cost me anything at all. But if you are entering competitions whereby you have to pay to enter, you have to work out for yourself what the benefits of entering that competition are going to be, and whether those benefits outweigh the initial cost of entering the competition. I entered a competition last year where I paid £35 and got basically an image bundle with that £35, and I was entitled to enter 8 images into that competition in various categories. I thought that was a good option because of what the competition was. It was the Landscape Photographer of the Year competition. Now the prizes for winning that, or winning one of the various different levels of the competition in that, were amazing. So I felt like £35 to enter 8 images into several different categories of competition would possibly be a good idea, because if I'd won anything it would have been worth a lot more than that £35 initial cost. However, some competitions, they expect you to spend quite a bit of money on entering the competition, and then the prizes at the end of it really aren't worth it, and your chances of winning prizes are incredibly slim, and therefore that really outweighs the notion of paying for the competition in the first place. Any competition where you're spending money and you find that the benefits of the competition have been entered into the competition, should I say, are not going to be as good as in some other competitions where you don't have to pay any money at all to enter. So it's down to personal choice, and whether you think the competition is worth entering in the first place. So if you're considering entering any competitions at all, then keep an eye on your social media, keep an eye on your local newspapers and TV news. Even ask your friends and family about competitions they may have heard of that you could enter. But either way, make sure that you are doing it because you enjoy doing it. There's no point doing anything at all creative if you don't enjoy the practice and the pleasure that you get out of it. I'm going to call it quits here for this vlog. If you've enjoyed this week's vlog all about competitions, then please give the video a thumbs up and remember to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again on another vlog very soon. Bye for now.